Morning guys, this is Jeff at the Glorious Uncertainty. It's the 16th of April and really tomorrow it all starts. The flat season starts and it's going to be hard work because I envisage 40 races we're going to play in just to get us to the end of this month. 40 races. Now, what concerns me is that people aren't prepared, prepped up, ready for this. And you have to be prepped up. So, I've done some flashcards, like at school when you were a kid. This is as good as my graphics get on this channel, I'm afraid. I got this from Flat Cap Callum, just bits of paper with Sharpie pens. Right, so the Glorious Uncertainty. We are about facts. We're about truth, opinions, and proof. Proofing. Proof. The number one thing that misses on YouTube and tipsters. Proof. Don't let me get away with anything. Don't. I won't lie, ever. Truth, opinions, proof, and facts. I deal in facts, okay? If I'm losing, I'll tell you. You can look at previous videos for all that. Flashcard number one. That's what we are about. Plus, obviously, making money. The first one. Second one, sticking with facts. I'm only doing this because it's a fact. I could go back to the start and all that, but we're not doing that. We have a reset every month. So, April so far, we reset at 400 points. And remember, if you go to the 1st of April, I said we start at basically not zero, but 400 points, regardless of how much money we made in the past. That's irrelevant. So then we take that 400 points and then we divide it by 2, which gives us 200 points. So as of today we staked 119.50 points. That's returned as 188.90 points. That is a profit of 69.40 points. So if you have a bank of 400 quid, let's say, you've now nearly got 70 quid in it. Or let's say you got 50 quid in it. If you didn't get all the prices, or, maybe you got more than that. But this is the yardstick. I have to use something which is proofed, which is what I do with you. And you check me. And that's the way it works. So that's where we're at in April so far. So how do we advance, especially with the flat season starting proper? This is how we do it. But before we do, and I'm talking to new subscribers, that tomorrow, start the flat season proper, you need a 400 point bank. Now that can be 40 quid. It doesn't have to be 4,000 quid. It doesn't have to be 400 quid. It doesn't have to, it can be whatever you can afford, but it's what you can afford to lose. And I know that sounds patronising, but it's a fact. Stick with facts. That's what you need to do to make this work. There's no other way of doing it. If you're on here and you follow it religiously, this is what you have to do. So you need a 400 point bank. Do not do this if you've not got that. Do not enter into this if you've not got that 400 point bank, whatever that can be, whether it's 40 quid, whether it's 80 quid, whether it's 20 quid, whatever it is, rules are rules. And you have to stick to the rules of engagement. You have to. And be businesslike. But you have to be. That's the way I move forward. And that's the way I am telling you. I mean, I really am telling you that that's what you have to have. A 400 point bank. However you divide that, whatever that number is, it has to be divided by 400. Next. Do you like the graphics? They're good, aren't they? So, April, we pushed the account up to 469.4. Again, that is the yardstick. the yardstick, the point at which we try to achieve the best we can. Get as close to that and you're doing okay. So we divide that by 2, roughly it's 235 points. So we have half working capital of 235 points, and the other half has gone back with the safe in the tank, in our tank of money. So now half of the profit is being risked. So we've got 235 points, which is half of our total bank for April. And we hit the second half of April with 235 points, okay? So how do I divide that up? How is that divided up? Well, I believe, and we are guessing at this, but I believe, and I've erred on the side of safety. I've not gone over the top. I've been a bit conservative with it. I believe we're going to play in 40 races. 40 races in 2 weeks. You just imagine how busy that's going to be. But I can see that. I can see 40 races. I've gone slightly over the top, probably 35 to 40, but that's enough. So we have a bank. We have a bank now of 235 points. I've divided that by 40 because that's how many races I envisage we're going to be playing in. And so that means it's 5.87 points per race. Doesn't take into account any winners. It takes into account facts that no, it's not a fact yet, but I believe an educated guess says that I am going to be playing in 40 races. So if I round that down, it's 5.5 points per race for that amount that we've got of working capital. So 235 points is our working capital. I've divided that by 40 because that's how many races I believe we're going to be playing in. So that leaves us 5.5 points after rounding down per race. Okay. So what happens in 7 days from now? So let's say we've played in 15 races. Then what we do is this. After 7 days, reassess the financial situation. We reassess it. We do. That's what we do. We may be losing quite a lot. So I reassess it and I protect the bank. I protect our investment, our working capital. I protect it because without that, we've got nothing. You can't play. It's gone. So I protect it so that we can then start again. We can reassess. We can reestablish how much money we're playing per race. But that's in 7 days' time. Because of the acceleration of races, because of the acceleration of opportunities, because of the flat season, there is a glut of racing. But we'll just specialise in certain distances. So 5, 6 furlongs, which is what 5, 6, 7 up to a mile, and really 4-year-old plus races, handicaps. That's basically going to be our foundation on which to build our pot, hopefully. But it could go monumentally wrong. Let's just be realistic. You know, I mean, just over the past week, you've seen us be the victims of seconditis. You know, but you can't go banging on about that's happened, that's gone. That's gone. We're moving forward and you plan to move forward in this game, and that's what we're doing. So we fight fire with fire. Be organised, but have fun. And if, as I said yesterday, if you've got that bank and you've got that tank of money to play out of, that is nothing to do with household bills, you know, on holiday money, or nothing to do with that. It's all to do with your enjoyment and investing in the horses and watching it and having a buzz off it. But you've got to have fun and be organised. Be organised. So that's the way I'm going to take this forward over the next 2 weeks. But we shall regroup next Sunday to see where we're at. And that's the way you do it. The common goal is to make money. There's no others. There's no other. It's like I said yesterday, win, win, win. But you have to make money. Otherwise, you're just paying for those chemicals to go in your head. And that's not what I'm about. I'm about making money from the horses. That's it. Right, Sunday. Have a great time. Not playing at the Curragh today. Day off. I shall speak to you possibly later about tomorrow. I know there's 4 races we could play in tomorrow at Windsor and Redcar. So I shall speak to you then. Have a great Sunday. Cheers. Bye for now. Bye-bye.